Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor before we get started, hit this like button if you're not a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So PBS has been defunded. PBS has been defunded. So Congress has approved rescinding 1.1 billion with a B dollars in funding for public broadcasting. This was passed by the House and the Senate. This is funding for PBS and NPR. Defunds public media. So this will hugely impact public radio and television, resulting in the loss of educational programming, cultural content, and emergency alert systems. Examples of emergency alert systems would be a tsunami alert, landslide alert, volcano alert, just for example of the kind of alerts that will no longer be available. So, do you think that we need those alerts? When was the last time that you had a tsunami alert, landslide alert, volcano alert? I guess it depends on what area of the region that you live in, but those emergency alert systems will no longer be available. So, the reason behind the defunding that the White House considers the public media to be politically biased and unnecessary expense. So, as a result of this, there will be fewer programs, less journalism, and the loss of radio stations. So, what is your opinion on this? What's your opinion on this? I guess it depends on what your profession is and how often you listen to the radio, how often do you watch television. So, PBS has officially been defunded. This is Congress approved to the order of $1.1 billion in funding for public broadcasting. 1.1 billion with a B. This was passed by the Senate and passed by the House. PBS has officially been defunded. So, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? And I'm sure it depends on what your profession is. So, this is one example of why it's important to figure out a way to make money outside of a job. So, we are seeing this more and more, the importance of finding a way to make money outside of a job. So, a job is good, but in addition to that, finding out a way to make money outside of a job is important in creating multiple streams of income, learning how to make money, how to make money. So that's one thing that we're commonly not taught, how to make money. Um, Generally, that will come by trial and error. But the first thing is having an awakened consciousness that is even needed in the first place, right? So a lot of people are walking around unconscious. So first, you have to become conscious. So the pandemic that really woke up a lot of people that were not woken. However, there were people that have been awakened 10 years ago, right? They've already been in entrepreneurship for decades already, but there is a silence associated with this. So once you figure it out, people generally do not share. They don't share the information. Um, so they get it, and then um, essentially they hope that you don't figure it out. I hope you never figure it out. All right. So there is the lack of sharing information. All right. So the first step is consciousness. That's the first step. Next step is, like I said, the pandemic that woke up a lot of people. And so what's happening now with the defunding of a lot of departments, with a lot of layoffs, people are seeing the importance of figuring out a way to make money outside of a job. So like I said before, a job is important, but also how to make money other ways is important. Um, Multiple sources of income is important. And then this is just one prime example, defunding PBS. So this would be important to people that are in the journalism field, people that are in radio, people that are in television, having other sources of income. So you can see how important that is. to have other sources of income and not to just depend on one thing. So not to just depend on one thing. So more and more people are becoming conscious to the importance of um, multiple sources of income and not just depending on one source. And so this is just one prime example of the defunding of PBS, which will result in multiple layoffs, fewer programs, less journalism, and the loss of radio stations. So, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Like I said, according to the White House, they see public broadcasting as being politically biased and an unnecessary expense. All right. So, my opinion when it comes to public broadcasting is that there are a lot of stories that go unheard. So, there are basically people out here, they are crying to be heard. Like, imagine being in a forest and you are hollering and there's nothing but trees around you and nobody can hear you. So that's kind of how I see public broadcasting. Um, there are a lot of stories out here that go unnoticed and they go unheard. So there's a lot of important things that are going on that are being brushed under the rug that the public broadcasting system does not even touch. All right. So that's how I view it. So let me know how you view it. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? And regardless of the thoughts and the opinions, this is going into effect. Congress had already approved it, already been passed by the Senate and the House. All right. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think? Do me a favor, if you made it this far in the video, let me know that you are here. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. What do you think about PBS being defunded? Any thoughts at all? All right, so that is what is going down. That is the latest news, the latest stories. And like I said before, it just goes to show you how important it is to figure out a way to have multiple sources of income, not just one source of income. And this is for protection. Diversification is for protection. All right. So do me a favor. If you like the channel, I need you to hit that like button. That helps me out. It helps the algorithm so that more people can see the channel. If you are not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Also, continue to tune in. I will be bringing people onto the show. I interview entrepreneurs. They will be sharing their business. They're going to be talking about their different business. So tune in for business ideals, and they will be coming on to the show sporadically. So this will be real estate investors and also people that are in other types of businesses. All right. So on your way out, don't forget, hit this like button. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you on the next video.